Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a book haul. Now, none of these books I have bought since we've been in quarantine. So all of these are from thrift stores, so I got them for $2 or $3, some even for 50 cents. I think there are only 3 new books in here total, and I will tell you when I hold them up. And yeah, I just realized that I never hauled them for you guys. So I have just over 20 books to talk about. So by no means am I spending like tons of money here, and I'm not bragging about all these books. Yeah, most of them are very cheap, and I'm just an opportunity shopper. If I go in an op shop and I see a cute book there on the shelf that I feel like reading, or which I've already read and loved, then I will buy it. So let's start off with that category first. So I bought 4 different books where I'd already read them, but I really loved them and I needed my own copy, or I had lost a copy in a move. So for instance, we have The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. LeGuin. This is a sci-fi classic about a gender-bending world. We have Philip K. Dick's Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? If you don't know, this was made into Blade Runner, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And yeah, I just saw this edition and was like, please, I need it now. Then we have Lost Boy, which is Christina Henry's Peter Pan retelling, which is quite gruesome and dark. I recently read this with Jordaline, and I didn't have a copy physically, and then I saw it in the op shop for $2 and was like, yes, come home with me now. And the last one that I'd already read is Captive Prince by C.S. Pacat. This is a trilogy which is very near and dear to my heart. I love it so much. I had found the second one in the trilogy at an op shop, and then I found this one, which is the first one in an op shop. So now I'm just waiting for the third. So if anyone is in Australia and you know where there might be this in an op shop, let me know. If you see it, let me know, because I'm waiting to complete my set. Okay, so now let's move into books which I have read or are reading. So the first one here is Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. I already read this with Jordaline. It is going to be in my May wrap-up. So if it is already out, check it out. If not, it's coming very soon. This is a thriller with a super unreliable narrator. She is agoraphobic and she likes to spy on her neighbors. So if that sounds at all up your alley, this would be one to check out. And the one that I'm currently reading right now is Man Tiger by Eka Kurniawan. Sorry, I butchered that. And this is an Indonesian tale about a murder where a young man believes that he has a female white tiger of the supernatural spirit kind residing inside his body, and it has driven him to murder. I've never read a book from Indonesia before, and then also I heard white female tiger ensconced in a young male's body, and I was like, that sounds great. So I will let you guys know how this goes. So far, it's pretty freaking gory. All right, so now let's dive into fantasy. I'm gonna do YA fantasy first. So I have picked up Stepsister by Jennifer Donnelly for the good old price of $2. And this is a Cinderella retelling where we are focusing on one of the stepsisters' stories after her sister becomes the princess. So I've heard great things about it, and yeah, I don't know. I love retellings. I love all sorts of retellings, and especially Cinderella retellings. So, you know, I'm here for it. I'm sure that there will be a time when I just want to sink my teeth into this, even though it's a bit of a bigger book. It should be fast because it's YA. If you've read this, let me know down below what your thoughts were. Another YA fantasy book I picked up is Half Bad by Sally Green. This has caught my eyes a few times because it has a young male witch. So he is half white witch and half black witch. His mother was a healer and his father was a killer. He's been kept in a cage since he was 14. But if white witches are good and black witches are evil, what happens if you are both? I don't know, that just sounds really intriguing to me. I like witches and I like YA fantasy. And also, I've never read about a male witch before, so I need to remedy that ASAP. I think that this was really popular quite a few years ago, so if that's the case and you have read this, let me know what you thought. And the last YA fantasy I have to talk about with you guys is Magonia by Maria Dahvana Headley, who also wrote The Mere Wife. So this is for a video which I've been planning for a while. I've just been waiting to try and see how many books I need for that specific video I can find in ob shops, because I'm trying not to buy expensive books. So this one was $3. So yeah, I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting, and then once I amass the critical amount of books I need for that specific video, this will be in there. So if you have any guesses about what you think that video could be, go ahead and try and guess below. All right, so let's talk about adult fantasy. I picked up The Binding by Bridget Collins. This one I got new, I think it was from Target, for $9. This is about a boy named Emmet Farmer who is a binder's apprentice. So he had an accident, I think, and he can't remember what happened to him before then. So he instead goes to work for a binder who works at a library, I believe, and people can put their memories they want to forget in a book, and that's what the binders do. They make like these memory books, and then one day he finds a book that is all about him. And I think this just sounds great. I believe that this also has a Victorian male-male romance element in it, so I'm here for it. I love the foil on the cover, and yeah, it says the breakout sensation of the year, the Sunday Times bestseller. So apparently a lot of people love this book. Another adult fantasy that I picked up is The Tiger and the Wolf by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This one was recommended by, I can't remember who it was recommended by, but they were raving about it. And this is basically about a wolf clan and a tiger clan, and then I believe there's a daughter, and she can transform into both of them, which is like a really dangerous, powerful, bad thing. So she has to use her powers to bring peace, but mostly it means that there's going to be a huge war. So I'm intrigued. I would have already read it, except that it's freaking ginormous, so I'm just a little hesitant to get into it. But if you've read this and it was worth the chunk, then let me know. And the last adult fantasy is kind of a historical fiction fantasy, and it is The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. This is a retelling of the Iliad through the eyes of the women, and I think that it is going to be really sad and make me feel really angry. And if you don't know, I really do love the Iliad. I've read it multiple times for school and university, as well as written like thesis papers on it, and I love the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, which is a retelling of it through Patroclus's perspective. So I'm keen to give this one a go. I just hope it's not too dry. Some like Greek epic retellings can often be a little dry, so fingers crossed that this one is very engaging. I've heard great things about it. Okay, and now we are into fiction. So I have two YA fiction that I picked up, and these are actually the two books that I got new at Dymocks in Australia for $18 each. And this is Slay by Brittney Morris. So this is about Kira Johnson, who's a college student. She's one of the only black kids, but at night she joins hundreds of thousands of black gamers who duel worldwide in a secret online VR game called Slay. So she is the game developer, and no one in her life knows until someone in real life is murdered over a dispute in the Slay world, and then people are saying that it is exclusionist and it's a racist hub for thugs, and this is all about what it means to be black, both in real life and inside the gaming world. I think this is relevant now more than ever, even though I bought it months and months ago, and I've just never read a book about the gaming experience from a black perspective, and a black female perspective at that, so I'm really keen to get to this, and I hope that it's really great. Another one I picked up from Dymocks brand new is Neverland, which was $20. So this is the most expensive book I bought in the last like 3 months. And this is by Margot McGovern. This is a retelling of Neverland, Peter Pan, but a fiction. So there's no fantasy elements, but I think it explores mental health, which isn't something that I necessarily realized when I bought it. I thought that it was a fantasy Peter Pan retelling, more so than like a mental health retelling, because as you guys know, sometimes I don't do that well with books that focus on mental health as like the key theme, because I struggle with mental health myself. But I'm still really keen to give this a go, and it also has just a stunning, beautiful cover here. Okay, we've got 7 books left, and they are all adult fiction. So next up, This Is How It Always Is by Laurie Frankel. So this is the story of a family and their 5 boys. The youngest boy tells his parents what he wants to be when he grows up, a girl. So it is all about the family rallying around their daughter as she is transitioning into this new lifestyle and supporting her choice. And I've heard nothing but amazing, amazing things about this. I believe the cover that you might know better is the one with like an orange peel on it. So that's why when I first saw this book in the store, I didn't recognize what it was. And then when I realized what it was, I was like, oh, I will definitely read that. Another one for these modern times right now is Such a Fun Age by Kiley Reid. So this is about a black woman who is the babysitter for a white couple. And one night when she is babysitting, she takes their child out and someone accuses her of stealing the child, and it goes viral. And it deals with like what she wants, what the white parents want in order to like make up for the error, and how society deals with that kind of thing. And I think it should be really interesting. I've heard mixed reviews about this just being a very slow, lagging story. So I think that the idea of it sounds really interesting. I'm unsure about how it was executed. If you've read it, let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear them. I'm a bit tentative, but again, I got this at the thrift store for like $2, so I'm not really hurt if it's not just like my favorite new book. Another one I picked up is Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. So this one is set in Nigeria, and it says, the limits of 15-year-old Kimberly's world are defined by the high walls and frangipani trees of her family estate, and the dictates of her fanatically religious father. When Nigeria is shaken by a military coup, Kimberly's father sends her to live with her aunt. There, she discovers life and love and a terrible bruising secret deep within her family. I also know that this deals with very religious Catholic parents because I'm planning to take part in the Fuckathon in July, which one of the things is about fuck religious extremism, I think. So definitely I will probably be reading that one for that tag. I will leave links down to the Fuckathon down below. I've never participated before, but it sounds amazing, so I'm going to do so this year. Next up on adult fiction is Elmet by Fiona Mozley. This one follows a father as he is taking his young children around. He's kind of having a tough type of life because he's a brawler, he's a fighter, and that's how he makes his money. And when they lose their house, I believe they move to this plot of land basically as homestead squatters, and they build their own like shelter, and he has to battle kind of the people who own land, the people who are trying to like make money off of him and the situation, and also fend for his children. And for some reason, like parents raising their kids in exclusion in like secluded locations just seems to never work out well. And so I was getting kind of my absolute darling or educated vibes from this. So I've heard good things. My husband read it and he did not enjoy it. So I'm a little nervous now, but I do own it and I really love the art style of the cover. And I will be definitely giving it a go at least, if nothing else. But yeah. I am nervously excited. Okay, and now we have 3 last books here. So this one is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I don't think I need to explain this. I have read Gillian Flynn's 2 other novels, Sharp Objects and Dark Places. Really enjoyed them. I love her writing style, so I'm keen to give Gone Girl a go. I've already seen the movie, which makes me a bit sad because I know some of the plot twists, but I'm really excited to read like the original work. And then I also have Borderliners by Peter Hogg. So this is about a school where there are students, and I think it's set in like a dystopian Denmark where they might be doing experiments on the kids because the school is for gifted children, but I think they're doing dark experiments on them / really creepy stuff. So I don't know, it looks good, it looks creepy, and yeah, I think that this is one that will be really good for Jordan and I to read, get our creep factor up there. So yeah, I'm just really excited about this one, and it was super cheap as well. And the last one that I want to talk about is for a secret video theme that I am gonna do. So this is American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis. So if you have any idea of what kind of video you think I'm gonna do that's related to this, let me know down below. Gold star to you if you can guess it. But again, I I've only seen the movie. I don't really know about the book. I assume it's very similar. Patrick Bateman is 26, handsome, sophisticated, charming, and intelligent. He's also a psychopath. So I am quite intrigued by this novel, and I hope that it will be everything that my dark little heart desires. So that finishes up the book haul of books that I bought before we went into quarantine. Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know what books are chilling on my shelves right now. So without further ado, I'm gonna say bye, and I will get back to my reading for today. So I hope that you're all doing well, and I will talk to you in another video soon. Bye!